Welcome, Sojourners, to the Women's Leadership Mindset series presented by Teresa K Page, LLC. My name is Teresa Page. I am your host and looking forward to spending these next few moments with all of you. We have a lot of work to get done on today, but first, allow me to invite you to connect with me by subscribing to my website and YouTube channel. Connect and follow me on LinkedIn, and always feel free to contact me directly via email at teresakpagellc@outlook.com. So what is our goal? Well, as an author, speaker, coach, and mentor, my mission is to help professional women renew their leadership mindset with fresh fire and purpose through the mediums of leadership development and coaching services. However, the Women's Leadership Mindset series is a new initiative intended to spotlight powerful women leaders and how they serve the world through their professions and purpose. So with the goal to help women realize their unfulfilled dreams and re-energize the leaders they always were. This platform is designed to enhance, empower, educate, equalize, and even emancipate, as our special guests share their entrepreneurial stories, provide valuable resources, and guidance in a caring, professional, and impactful manner. So, let's get down to business. All right, so let's keep moving forward. So as we begin to wind down this session 1, we want to shift gears to discuss love's high-level performance. So this is going to go by really quickly. And this is important because in a world wherein disinformation, we were just talking about the importance of trust and breaches of trust. So right now we're living in a world where disinformation and deceit is on the loose. It is absolutely rampant. So it is important for us to know love's KSAs. We've heard that in the workplace. Love's knowledge, skill, and abilities. So that we can use those KSAs to measure the integrity of our personal or our professional decisions, our environments, and our relationships. So we can determine, do I even need to stay here? How do I need to reevaluate this? Does this even apply? Or if I'm not quite sure if it's love, does it match up to its character? So we're going to share a couple of measures that you can consider that's going to help you to measure the integrity of certain decisions or environments and relationships that you need that's currently in your life. So here are a few things that love can do. We're going to talk about what love can do first. So we've all seen this before. Love is patient, which is tolerant. Love is kind. Love rejoices in the truth. Love bears or supports all things. Love believes all things. Love hopes all things. And love endures all things. So a good reference here is 1 Corinthians 13, if you want to go back and check these out. Now, what is it that love can't do? There's a couple of things that love just cannot do. So here are a couple of things that you can keep at the top of mind. For one, love cannot envy. It doesn't say that it doesn't. It cannot. It's not capable. So love cannot envy. Love is not ignorant or arrogant. Love cannot make a vain display of its own worth. Love cannot behave inappropriately. And love does not demand its own way. Love is not easily provoked. Love cannot think evil. Love cannot rejoice in injustice. And love absolutely cannot fail. Cannot fail. And again, a good reference is 1 Corinthians 13, if you would like to go back and review. So here are a few things that love is capable of. So we already talked about what love can do, what love can't do, but here are some of love's capabilities. So for instance, love covers a multitude of wrongdoing. Love is perfect. It doesn't lack anything. It's without blemish. and it renders us nothing if we don't have it. Love's capacity is and supply is limitless. It doesn't cost us anything. It can translate into any language. It doesn't matter where you go. It can translate into any language. It will fit any size. It has no boundaries, and it's not hindered by seas or continents. Love is not ruled by time. It's not ruled by laws of gravity. It's not subject to government, science, technology, or politics. Love is constant, and it cares not about our net worth, because you can't buy it. It doesn't give a John Brown about your education, your family lineage, or your social connections. Love cannot be bought, it cannot be sold, it cannot be traded, and it cannot be bartered. Love will not force itself, but it is powerful to disband armies, to restore cities, as well as dissolve generational chains. So, as we're starting to wrap up this session, now that we know more about love, how can we then, as leaders, become skillful in translating love and its intelligence into our organizational frameworks so that we can influence our organizational cultures? Well, here are a few examples. The key is employing love as a competency or a skill set. And this is how you can do it. So for instance, 1 Corinthians 13 indicates that love has the ability to believe all things. So as an organization, your vision, your mission, your values, as well as your overall goals, these are your set of ideals. And they're also an expression of what your company imagines to be possible. This is what you're telling your potential clients that you believe is possible with either your good or your service. So to ensure industry buy-in, you want to take time to confirm that your culture, your pool of talent, your action plans, your services, and target market are in alignment with your beliefs. And the expected outcome is to, again, to ensure that everything that you say about your organization is in alignment. So you can't have a vision and a mission, but you're living something totally different. So you need to make sure that all of these things, whether how you do business and who you do business, is in alignment with your core values or with your set of ideals. So this is one way that you're able to employ love as a skill set within your business model. Another example is that love has the ability to be kind. So kindness is nothing but good old-fashioned respect, whether it's respect of brand, the respect of your team, or the respect of your stakeholders. So to maintain kindness within your organizational structure, you want to be sure that you have the right kind of policies, the right types of training, as well as reporting measures in place so you can set boundaries that protect and to defend when it's necessary. So when you're applying kindness, love and kindness to your organizational structure, this has everything to do with the policies that you have in place and to make sure that your team lives up to those policies. And if they cannot, or if someone is offended or violated, that they have the right type of procedures to be able to report how they were violated. This is how you protect your team, and this is how you're able to employ love as a skill set within your organization. So another example is that love has the ability to bear or to support all things. So one of the best ways to support your organization and your team is to build those trust relationships. These kind of relationships provides autonomy to perform their roles. It gives you the opportunity to trust your team and to give your team the room to do what you have hired them to do. It also means that you are putting in place access for continued development and growth for your team. And also making sure that you are supporting your team by providing a livable wage so they're able to support themselves and all that they love. So these are the best ways to be able to support your team. And in doing so, you can only enhance your organization's performance, your team's morale, your team's loyalty, as well as increase innovation, and of course, that bottom line of profitability. Now, finally here, as far as employing love as a skill set, we just all experienced such unprecedented times these last three years living in a pandemic and some of the other friends that came along with the pandemic. So 1 Corinthians 13 indicates that love can rejoice in the truth or in certainty. So if your organization standards that are related to either the chain of command, work processes, or procedures, if those things are in place, then it gives your team a sense of certainty so that they can focus on continuing to meet the expectations of the organization despite changing information, despite changing technologies, despite working structures such as working in the office and now we have to work remotely. So if you have certain processes and procedures in place, this is what provides certainty with your organization. So 1 Corinthians indicates that love endures all things. So endurance is demonstrated by your organization's agility and willingness to pivot to sustain its operations and teams during inflection points of organizational change or public health challenges, as well as society unrest and natural disasters. So if your team is able to pivot quickly, or if the organization needs to pivot quickly, then love is able to endure those things. And that endurance is demonstrated in your organization's ability to pivot quickly and still make sure that your team is okay. And finally, love can bear what is painful. So when things are painful, love can be translated into our workplace by way of your organization's culture of emotional intelligence, which is the understanding and the management of our own emotions, as well as the emotions of our teams with a sense of empathy. So when times are painful, everyone is feeling the pain. So this is not necessarily a kumbaya moment. However, if you're able to provide empathy, that if everyone is not necessarily feeling good all the time, that you can give a little grace to your team so that you can make sure that you all get to the desired outcomes that you most desire for the success of the organization. Thank you, leaders, for joining me for another episode of the Women's Leadership Mindset series. As always, until next time, here's to the journey, and let's move forward.